Every time you see me, good things are starting to happen in your life. That's the energy I'm sending out. What's going on? I want to discuss because I've had three people just today, and a lot of people in my life come to me for relationship issues. And I don't know why. I think it's because I'm transparent type of person and I'm going to tell them what they need to hear instead of what they want to hear. I do want to make something clear though. I'm not an expert. I'm not. I'm going to help you out the best I can, but I've been single for 8 years. 8 years I've been single. So, let's jump into it. Let's talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about toxic relationships, why you should avoid them, and what you should do. These are just my opinions. And a lot of them are going to be contradicting and probably controversial. That's just the way it is. So, I've been single for 8 years. The love of my life, the mother of my child, passed away. We were split up a couple years before she passed away. She passed away in 2020. And despite what people think they know or whatever, she died from liver complications. So that was the cause of death. And that really changed my whole perspective on relationships so much because we had a pretty toxic relationship at times. And even though we had a lot of good times together too, there was a lot of regrets, a lot of things that I regretted doing, saying, and a lot of things I wish I would have said. And it made me just look at things so much different. When I see people arguing at all or being petty with each other, I'm just like, you guys don't know how lucky you are to have each other, and you're bickering over bullshit. It's crazy to me now. Since then, I've changed the way I view women a lot, and I've also changed what I look for in women. I used to love, going after the sexy girl, and I was pretty much just interested in sex, thinking with my dick, and trauma bonding and stuff like that. I'm not into that anymore. I'm not. What's it called? Demisexual. You have to have a connection with somebody more than just a physical attraction. So nowadays, I treat my friendships and my relationships kind of the same. They don't know about it, but it's a little silent period of time where I'm kind of doing little tests, but not really. It's not like I'm testing you. I'm just seeing if you don't meet certain criteria or do. If I see certain things about you that I just can't look past, or if you do certain things. So usually it's like a 6 month to a year time period, and that's kind of like an internship or going through a temp service type thing. Within that 6 months to a year, you are going to know if this person is right for you as a friend or is right for you as a lover, if you know how to read people, and if you're not avoiding red flags, because that's a big thing. If you want to change your life, change your relationships, you can't just avoid those red flags and keep going. Now, to a certain extent, we're all human. We're going to make mistakes, and certain shit you let slide, certain shit you don't. Now, I've been, in love with girls, sometimes just secretly in love. I didn't even tell them because I knew that it wasn't gonna better the situation. They already probably knew how I feel because I show it, you know what I mean? And I've let things slide for years and years, things I could look past. And then eventually they will do something that I just can't look past. And that's with friendships and relationships. When they do something that I just can't look past, I lose complete interest. I'm just, I'm done. And as I'm getting older and having more respect for myself, that limit of what I allow slip is beginning to get smaller. The things that I won't look past, the things I used to look past, I'm not letting them slide anymore because I have more respect for myself. And what I would really say to people that are dealing with something like that, if that person is not putting in the same type of energy as you, that should be a red flag. You can tell, man. if she's talking to other dudes, but giving you the idea that she's into you like that, if she's into you like that, she's not going to be talking to dudes. And if you're letting that type, and that goes for women, with men too. I'm not just talking about guys and girls. I'm talking about both of them. If somebody's truly interested in you, they're not going to act like that. They're going to be interested in you, and they're going to show that. Now, if I'm talking to a girl and we're not official, we're not going to be anyway, like I said, for 6 months to a year. I'm not even going to want to be involved with that person because I want to see how they really are. So within that 6 months to a year, I'll personally be able to tell sooner than that nowadays. But that should be about, normal before you see who they really are. Is about that. Some people you're going to see quicker, but you're going to see how involved they want to be with you by the energy and the effort that they're putting in, and by how they're willing to go through things with you, because that's what it's really all about. It's not all sunshine and puppy dogs all the time. It's really important to find somebody who's going to go through the hard times with you, because you're going to have hard times in your life. We all do. So someone who can be there for you emotionally, someone who's going to build you up and be there mentally, that's all very important too. So what I recommend to people, even though I'm not an expert on relationships, is if you're having these type of relationships, or if you're having these type of problems in relationships, it's probably not even a time for you to be in a relationship for real. And that's the advice that I can give. It's contradicting. But you probably shouldn't be looking for a relationship. You should probably be working on yourself. And then those people are gonna align with you and fall into your life. And if you're looking for love, you don't want to miss those opportunities by sitting in the house and being depressed all the time. Don't go looking at the bar for women. Meet them through mutual people or something. The internet, I don't know how good that's going to work out for people, but people have been successful, people haven't. But it's better to just, if you're really attracted to somebody, go up when you see them in public and be like, hey, in a nice way, not in a weird way, and not trying to offend them or anything, but I really like your vibe. I like your energy. You're attractive to me. Are you single? Would you like to go? Whatever. So, like I was saying, a lot of the people in my life, and that's what I'm doing with my life, is I'm focusing on myself, and I know that eventually the person is gonna line up for me. And I've been waiting pretty long time. I mean, 8 years is a grip. So here's the problem that I think most people run into though. If you have respect for yourself and you're not just trying to have sex with everybody, everyone has needs, and people still are going to want to have sex from time to time. So that's the problem that people run into. You want to hold on to that one person that you're talking to because it's convenient to be able to satisfy those sexual needs at times. And for men, it's harder than women to just go out and find a fling. Really, women can do it any day of the week. Guys are so damn thirsty, but men can't do that. So I think my personal opinion is, I think that they want to hold on to that person, even if they're toxic, even if they're not showing that same, reciprocating that energy. I think they want to hold on to that person so they can have a little fun on the side and not have to deal with the curves of finding new women to have flings with, or they don't want to have sex with a bunch of multiple people, stuff like that. So that's where it gets hard. That's where it gets contradicting, and that's where it gets confusing. But I would say, just be upfront and honest with people. I know that if you're having sex with somebody, I don't know how people don't get their feelings attached. Me personally, I don't get how you couldn't, but some people can. And I know people don't listen to advice, so it's not easy to just tell somebody, well, you're going to have to go without sex. People don't want to do that. It's not hard, but some people just have that obsession with it. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't had sex for a year and I'm perfectly fine. Trust me, you're not going to die. I promise. I'm going to kill the next thing I get a hold of, but you're going to be all right. If anything, you're just building up your vibration and your energy if you're a man, because not releasing does that to you. It's one of the best things to build up your vibration. It's called semen retention, and I do that. Even if I'm having sex, I'm not going to release or whatever unless I'm setting that intention to do it for a specific reason, which is probably create or whatever, which is what it's supposed to be used for, if I can help it. So I would recommend that. I would recommend work on yourself. Don't care about having sex. The person's gonna come. And it's that simple. And now if you're sticking in a messed up toxic relationship, what do you think's gonna happen? This person cheats on you, or this person is talking to other dudes or girls or whatever, and you find out about it and you end up just staying with that person. You just gave them the okay. You just said, oh, well, you're just telling them subconsciously that, oh, it's all right, I'm still gonna mess with you. So, people have to have discipline when it comes to that type of thing if you want to get far into that. So I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that though, because I've literally had 3 people today. One of them I butted in my opinion because they were talking about it, but I've had a lot of people that hit me up about that problem, and I'm not a counselor. You know what I mean? I can't work you through that. I tell them my opinion. Man, you need to quit. You need to leave her alone, is what I tell them, and they don't. So what am I supposed to say? It's a sticky situation. It's a slippery slope. I hope that no one has to go through what I went through and lose their significant other or someone that they were romantically involved with to learn the type of lessons that I learned, because it messed me up for a lot of years. It did. It's still hard for me, but life has to go on. It really does. But I also know that everything happens for a reason, and it's building me into, this is just me personally, it's building me into a stronger willed individual. And I learned a lot about, unfortunately, I learned a lot about what not to do with a partner and how I should have been treating somebody. So I really wish that all that love and affection could have got poured into her. And I did. You know what I mean? I definitely did, but I would have done it different if I could again. There was some really hard lessons that I learned. So now the next person that I'm with, they're going to get the best of me. You know what I mean? Emotionally and all that. So everything happens for a reason. Shit happens. It's part of life. But this is a kind of crazy topic. So I know you guys don't like to give feedback for whatever reason, but someone chime in. What do you guys think? What is the solution for these types of problems? What do you tell somebody when they come to you with that stuff? Thank you guys for listening. This is a great outlet for me. I've never been able to do anything like this, so I do appreciate the feedback that I do get and all the appreciation messages and stuff like that. That's great. So it's good for me to be able to pour my heart out too, Focus on yourself, man. Focus on yourself. The blessings are going to come. I hope this reaches who it needs to.